Story time. How you came up with the aesthetic for your streams, model, and etc. Flame, well, you did kind of ask that before, but I got you. So, I wonder if I can do that while playing and keep the same track of mind. I probably can't, but it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Can I change the song though? I like the bouncer, don't get me wrong, but just different track? Did a different track play? No, I don't want to listen to the bouncer soundtrack. Come on. Come on, Shuffle, I believe in you. Don't do this to me. No. Okay. You know what? This is fine. I gotta update this list, man. Then again, did you just refresh your stream just recently? I don't think I did. I mean, the only thing I probably did was change the name of it to oh yeah. So for the 1-year anniversary, yeah, you see the CVS layout actually. So in that case, yeah, I guess I can talk a bit about that. I mean, it'll just be a slight trip down memory lane, so I guess story time. With the aesthetic for the streams for Kiraku and everything, I've explained this maybe a few times before, probably not too often during streams, but when it comes to just the model, the Kiraku, all that itself, that was something that was just years in the making, honestly. As I've kind of said to others, Kiraku was that ideal self that I wanted to become. If I could actually pull off the white hair with the blue streaks and shit, yeah, I'd probably do it. But in all seriousness, it was just the idea of having a better outlook of myself. On the real, I still to this day have moments of struggling, of actually loving myself. Hence, design wise, you see self-love on the back of the shirt rather than the front or on the back of the jacket for everyone to see. I try and keep that shit hidden, but also those 3 principles or 3 ideals that you kind of see on the shirt and everything, it's mostly something that I try and tell myself the best. I want my love to be out there on display for everyone. I'd like for people to see my emotions just a bit. There are some cards that I still hold to my chest, but for the most part, I be as real as I possibly can for people, you know, without just saying, here's my fucking address, come, I am prostrating, please come fuck me up, fam. But I still try and be my real self when I do run these streams, or as unhinged as I can possibly become. And to some people that can, you know, that can come off as weird or fake or whatever you want to call it, because, you know, you either know me one way or another way, and no matter what, that's still getting to know me. I don't think any side of me that someone would meet would be any different, if that makes any sense. So, in terms to not fully go, I said no bouncer, to not fully go off the rails with it, my model design is mostly based from fighting game characters, and also and with a bit of a heavier influence from KOF characters. If you saw my old screen layout, Flame, you saw that I had the Kyo, I had the Kusanagi crest right there on my chat, right where my logo sat at. You had the Kusanagi crest. Like, I still consider that like very important to me, but of course can't necessarily be the official logo for myself. You know, that's a can of worms. But Blue Flame, come on, all the whole Orochi storyline. Ash with the green flame, Iori purple, Kyo's red, orange, however you want to call it. Fucking just Rock Howard as a character. The base outfit that you see today is literally inspired from that. In terms of how my eyes look, they lean more towards the way of that of Android 17, because he's my favorite Dragon Ball character, just of all time. There's no one else that could really take his place. I like Broly, don't get me wrong, but 17's that man. Like, the whole ending the Super was, you know, that I felt like that was a gift for me, and I appreciate it. And in terms of just aesthetic, from my old layout to even my new layout, the old layout was kind of just I want to make something, and it's two different aspects from it. It was both, I wanted to make my layout like my friend made his layout. That was literally the groundwork that I did. My friend that I'm referring to, you would see him inside of the Triple S intro, or at least a clip from him. If you saw when I went "Wake Up, Supers, Let's Go," that was a phrase that me and him used to do all the time, and that was a clip from his birthday stream where we played Persona 4 Arena together. And he was playing Yukiko, and she did her super, and it was a wake up super, and it was like, yeah, wake up supers, let's go. So shoutouts to Blue Infinity 22. My layout design is based from his, because he's the one who he was a speed runner, by the way. So he had his splits over to the left, and he has sometimes, or most of the times, he had his chat over to the left as well. Kind of where I'm sitting at, if I remember right, but I just made the design to where, you know how every other VTuber, or many VTubers, normally have their model to the right, and, you know, the game over to the left, and the chat kind of like above them and stuff. I kept the model and chat in one place, but I flipped the shit because I'm like, oh, I'm not like other girls. Left side gang, exactly, Drip God. And it also helps because, well, you know, no one can really tell or know, but I do prefer left side oriented things because I am left-handed. That's a little fun fact for you. So since I'm on the left-handed side now, I'm just like, this is great. I'm chilling. This is nice. I hope I don't jar anyone's experience too much for being on the left side when they're used to seeing people on the right. But I think I'm doing okay. We do still have 323 stars inside of the Starcypher. And by the time we hit that 500 goal, I really need to figure out a better reward for you guys. But yeah. Even with the old layout, you know, the top side had an actual picture of me within the snow. And that was me making a really serious change within myself and wanting to put my best self forward rather than my worst self, if that makes sense. Which also slowly but surely dominoed into when I made my VTuber model. But with this model, or with this layout that you see, it's all just to celebrate my love for Capcom vs SNK 2, the Mark of the Millennium, man. That game influenced a good bit for me in terms of helping me figure out that I really do like fighting games to the degree that I do. And, you know, the games that solidified it, of course, was the anime fighters. So, you know, Guilty Gear XX Reload, and BlazBlue Calamity Trigger and Continuum Shift, respectively. Calamity Trigger was the first one I tried out. Continuum Shift was the one that I at least personally owned for a moment. And you know, with just how this is laid out, it's still kind of a 1-to-1 to CVS, and I'm still happy that that one of your fellow stars, Dan, gave me the hookup. So I'm gonna at least name drop him. He just doesn't have any. I have no way to actually credit him, and I still hate it to this day. But if you do find yourself inside of the Discord in Andromeda, you may actually see him say something once in a while. It's Dan the Man. Known him for years. Great people. But yeah, that should about answer your question there, Flame. I hope that didn't hope that clarified everything. Maybe not tied anything up for you.